How's it? Today is Monday, May 6th. Life is strange. Life has been strange for the last couple of days. I'm still not used to this haircut. It's 6:45 when I'm lifting here. I got to the gym at like 5:45-ish this morning. Um, it was just really weird. I slept actually pretty good last night. I did wake up at like 5 o'clock though, and I was like, okay, am I gonna go to the gym right now and just be tired, or am I gonna try to go back to sleep and potentially oversleep and not make it into the gym with enough time to lift? Um, but yeah, I mean, it was okay. Like I last night I went to Din Tai Fung and it's pretty good. Like their little chocolate dessert one that was fire. But like afterwards I got home, I was like, oh shit, I'm so tired. I'm just gonna lie down. And then I laid down. It must have been like 10 something. So then I fell asleep until I woke up at 5. Which means that all the lights were on. Everything was just really just everything's just been strange lately, you know. As far as today goes, and actually the rest of this week, it's still kind of up in the air. I told my coach, I was like, hey, like I'm gonna do whatever I want this week again because this weekend is probably the busiest week in restaurant history. We'll see. We'll see what happens. At least the weekend itself, we are, Sunday Mother's Day is completely booked up from like brunch to dinner, and then Saturday we opened up Saturday brunch times to accommodate for people who wanted to come in for Mother's Day on Sunday, but weren't able to make reservations. So that means that we're gonna be like double busy those days, and I am scheduled to work um, Saturday, so morning and night, and then Sunday, morning and night. So that means that I'm not going to be able to lift on Saturday. So I was like, all right, like if this is supposed to be my first week, then not being able to do all 5 days is probably not a great example for the weeks to follow, right? So figured out like, just dick around again for a whole another week, and like I'm pretty good at that. So had fun today, super early, nobody was there training with me, but just decided to do 2 plus 2s, power snatch plus hang power snatch. Last week I did 3 sets of 10 power snatch at 60, and then I felt every single bit of it for the rest of the day, all of Tuesday and then some of Wednesday. So I was like, okay, I should you know pare it down a little bit and make sure that I can move like at work later today. So that's what I did. 70 here is, it's not very light. It's also not very heavy. So it's kind of right in that zone where, with no training, I think that I can lift this pretty well. With training, then 70 is pretty easy. But yeah, I mean, just trying to do what I can to really get back in shape to the best of my ability without too much structure. After that, just like last week, I decided to bench press because that's what I wanted to do. I am doing 3 sets of 5 today at whatever weight I felt comfortable with. I was hoping to do something between 185 and 205. And little did I know until way after I was done with this bar that I'm benching with is 55 pounds. So I was like, okay, like just started going, right? And then here's 135 in my head. It's really 145. But I was like, okay, it's not super heavy, right? I'm like, okay, yeah, like maybe 195, 205 would be good today. And then I load 185 on top of this. And I was like, oh God, I'm super weak today. Again, I didn't know that it was 55-pound bar, so that means that this here is going to be 195. So that made me feel a little bit better after I was done with it all. But like in it, I was just like, oh, dude, I've lost so much strength. I used to be able to do 3 sets of 10, like 185, like pretty easily. After that, I did some incline dumbbell bench, just like last week. I think I did 60 last week, so I was like, okay, like for the sake of progression, let me just do 65 today. It is what it is. I don't focus too much on this. So, progressing on this, doesn't necessarily matter to me. But it's good to see that I'm able to push a little bit of weight from the last time I did it. After that, I did my dumbbell crossover thingamabob. I don't know what to call it, but I really like it. Try my best to get a strong squeeze in the chest, and you can kind of see my like a little bit of striations towards the middle of my pectorals. But yeah, this is one of my favorite chest accessories. I learned about this from a guy at 24 Hour Fitness on Maui, because a lot of the cable machines would be used, and then he was just like, okay, like I'm gonna figure out some way other way to do this. This dude could bench like 405. So, um, if me in high school was like, oh, like shit, am I gonna learn from anybody? I'm gonna learn from the guy who's benching 405. So I asked him, I was like, oh, what is that? And then he's like, oh, I just do this for a little chest like burnout at the end. So that's what I did today. Finish off today with some pull-ups, but that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Shoots.